and welcome to a Zenez educational video. In this video, I'll be looking at gold, US 100, crude oil, and natural gas. What I will be doing is this is a Sunday analysis. Every Sunday, I look at the market with my community and we just look at what we think the market is doing, where we think it's going. We look at the previous week and we see what did we get right, what did we get wrong. And then this week, we're doing the same. We're going to analyze last week's and then move on to what we're seeing this week. This is also some trades that took place last week, and here are some of the results. So let's dive in and see what the market is showing us. Hello and welcome to a Zenez educational video. Now in this video, I want to go through gold. We went through this last week. If you remember, or if you haven't watched the videos, go back and click on the video. And you will see that I've spoke quite highly about how the market has been in this bullish formation where it's been building up, and I kind of went through some key areas and some key formations and how I was trading it and how I made a lot of money from it. And then I did say how I was expecting the market from this point to start to fall down. And as I said, when the market starts to fall, it falls generally from fear. So fear will cause the market to fall like dominoes. And if we are to go in, so these were the previous trades, this is the latest one. And as you can see, the market since we entered this has literally been falling down. And if you look, we're about 50% now. So this would be a good place to take some profit off the table. You know, you don't need to sit and wait for this zone before you take any money. What you want to do is you want to get rid of your stop loss. That's the first thing. You want this now to become a no loss trade. Personally, myself, I would be moving it into profit. So I'd be probably aiming about here. You know, we've got these highs, we've got this new resistance here. It was support, as you can see, then it's broke down and now it's become resistance, and it'd be interesting to see if the market comes back, tests this zone and then carries on down. But like I said, you would look to be taking some money off the table, maybe 25%, 30% of the trade, because even if it does come up, as long as it doesn't hit this zone, so if it comes up and tests this area and you see strength in resistance, that 20-30% you've taken out, you could compound it and make an additional trade. So you would add another short, possibly put a short here. Move this, you'd want this about level with there. And then you could make it sort of a 2-to-1 trade, compounded within the initial trade. So take some profit out, don't use all the profit, use a bit of it, and then as it comes down, you're making more money, and it's another way of compounding your account and building it up. So at the moment, I'm not really expecting anything different from the market to just slowly start working its way down, but there is a chance it could build back up here. I was on Friday, so on Friday I was looking at a potential flag formation. And you've got your extension, but nothing materialized. It didn't break through. So at the moment we need to wait till Sunday's opening, so tonight, see if the market comes down. So I would be looking for something around here, come back up, maybe to there, and then eventually sort of settle there. If the market opens higher, then I will be looking to see if this zone around here, so we have a zone here, I'll be looking to see what the market does if it enters here and see if there is strength, and if there's strength, push it back down and then head towards here. So at the moment, it's just a case of seeing what happens when the market opens tonight. and then we'll go from there. Hello and welcome to another educational video by Zenez. In this video I'm going to be looking at US 100, Nasdaq 100 and seeing what I was looking at last week and where we are this week. Now, as you can see, I've already got a couple of things designed. So one of the things I emphasized was I was looking for a bullish flag to materialize. Now, as I said, you wouldn't look to enter until you see the breakout. We did not see the breakout, so there's no entry there. So this is the thing with trading. You have to see clear signs to enter a trade. Now, just because this market was going up doesn't mean you just keep buying. You need to see the signs. Now, we could see a flag formation was building, but that's not good enough. You know, like I said, you need the breakout. Once you see a candle breakout, very strong candle, then your trade's there. You know, we looked at this further back. If I go back. Now, here's one's perfect, actually. So if I just emphasize this, and this is perfect for a few reasons. So here you actually have a bearish flag. Extension, you know, highest point, it started to move down to here. If I take that from there to there, you see how it's almost the exact point of where the market builds strength. Now, you would put in support so you can see exactly where it's likely to bounce from, but this is a perfect example. So if you are watching this, once you see that there, you know, you'd probably go down to a smaller time frame if I'm honest. So if we go down a smaller time frame, yeah, once you saw the break there, you know, that's your trade. So you'd set up your short, you'd have it about there, and you'd make sure to set this above the high. So I'm just doing this example, okay? And then we saw the extension was about here. So you got roughly a 2-to-1 trade there. Now, you already know that once you see the formation break, there's a good chance that the market's going to continue and you're going to make money. So that was just a little example there. Let's go back over to what we have been looking at. So now this hasn't materialized, I will take this out. Take that out. And we can look at where we think the market is exactly going to go. Now, I did have this zone mapped out, and as you can see, it came straight through. Tonight, it'd be interesting to see what exactly is going to happen here. Because two things are going to happen. Either the market is going to open up, and it's going to open up with power, and then we're going to see possibly something like this, and then eventually end up where we were looking. Or the market could struggle around this zone, and then we could see a retest of this zone before it gradually starts to find strength again. But as you can see from my trade, I already took profit when we were in this zone. Now, I did have a few people message me and ask me why I'd done that when I was looking at a potential bullish formation, a bullish flag to go up. Well, the reason is exactly what has happened. You know, this collapse. So you see the market stall. It's a good chance to just take some money off the table. You know, you might as well pocket that money and then you can observe and see where you want to go afterwards. There's no point just holding it, expecting this zone for the maximum gain, because the market doesn't always do that. You know, just because I'm looking at this doesn't mean that the market is going to come up and hit this target. So it's a good opportunity to take some money out of the market, observe what's happened. So now I've used the Sunday analysis to see what is going to happen. Now, if we come up and test this zone, I'll be looking at a possible re-entry around here for this target. if we open up and we show strength here, then I know that the market is likely to keep dropping, and then I will look at a new zone. And that's the fundamentals of trading. It's just spotting opportunities. Hello and welcome to a Zenez educational video. In this one I want to speak to you about crude oil. Now in crude oil, we were looking last week at a possible bullish move, but the market carried on being forced down. Now one thing you need to watch in this market is in a bearish direction. I was more looking for kind of like a rebound and then to gather strength and possibly a breakthrough. At the moment we're actually seeing a breakdown. Now if I take this, we look at kind of this area, there's a red candle here that looks like he's about to break through. Now I'll be surprised if he does, because if he does, we're breaking through a major support level, and I'll explain why. So if I go to the weekly, just so we can get more data, in with the line, this little dot line, this is where the market ended. That in itself can give you a very good outlook of what is there. And you look at the market, how, if I open this up, look how the market, once it broke down here and it's been slowly building up to this area, and look at the wick and it's forced back down because there's sellers here. It comes down again, sellers force it down, and again, but this time it gathers strength. You remember how I was saying key zones, the market will tend to build into them. It won't just fly through or fall through it. It will build into it, and as you can see, it's built up, and it breaks up, and then it springs down to it. And you could argue there is another level around here, see, here as well. But this one here is sort of the main key level. So I'm kind of expecting, but we'll see, that the market will gather strength and push back up. Possibly could spring down. Look how these ones have dropped. Even that one dropped and retreated straight away. So oil is really good at taking people's money. Just remember that. So don't be surprised if we saw a stray wick come down into this zone before many buyers come in, and we just see it fly back up, possibly up to there, and then gather strength. But at the moment I'm just curious to see what the market does, because we've seen a lot of bearish moves within oil. So I'm kind of just waiting at the moment and see how this kind of zone plays out before I look to make any major moves. So let's just see how this pans out. Hello, welcome to a Zenez educational video. Now this one is going to be based on natural gas. So if you watched the previous video, you would have known that I was looking to take a position from this zone, and I had two targets. The first one we hit would have closed the trade. Second one, unfortunately, this coincided with the natural gas report falling on a Thursday. Now if I was to go into the 15 minutes, around the time of the report, the market was sort of doing this. It was sort of going sideways, and then we get to the report, and then there's a little battle here when the report comes out, and the report offered a hammer to the market, and it kind of smashed down from there. And then I drew this little line in just to see if the market would gather any strength, and as you can see, it was being rejected at every point. So the second trade hit the stop loss. That was a loss. So if I take these two out now. But what I did is, obviously this was when it hit the first target. That is a initial kind of sell position. So it entered a first position to sell. And I was looking for the market to come down anyway around this zone. So I did take some profit around here, and the market has now came up and test the 8.5 roughly zone, and you can see they're starting to show some rejection. Personally myself, I am looking for the market to come back down and sort of test this zone. So I'll be looking for the market to kind of drop back down, come back up, and then sort of head around this zone. There is an area around here that we need to be wary of. So the market is probably going to look for around this zone before it comes back up and then drifts down. I got caught out a little bit last week. The market obviously shot up, so we have to be aware that there's a lot of things going on at the moment, weather changes, productions in the natural gas market. So there is a chance it could jump up, but at the moment I am expecting more to test this zone, and long term I'm kind of looking for some sort of setup like this where the market will head towards roughly $4, which is what I'm looking to jump on. But at the moment it's just about intra trading, getting in, taking some money, get out, and then jump back in, just doing it very quick, not holding on too long, because you can see that the market, if I come over here, you can see it's very up and down. It's gone up there, yeah, and if you were holding, looking for anything further than $3, it fell massively. And when you're dealing with leverage, you can't absorb those kind of losses. So you need to know when to get in, when to get out, and that is the key to trading. So if you're a beginner, maybe look at the course, look at our description. There's a link to the course, there's a link to our community where we have other aspiring traders, and we all post TA just to help, so people can see what we're doing, and it's a great place to learn and evolve as a trader. So look at the description, come and join us and see if it'll help you develop as a trader.